Hello and welcome to Is There Something in This, the weekly writers' meeting between me, Scott Dooley, Jason Chatfield, as we come up with the batch of cartoons that we pitched to the New Yorker magazine. People send us things and we will talk about them later.
It's a very good synopsis of the show.
It's so, the way I've become one of these people. The weather in New York has turned.
Yes.
And we don't know what to do with ourselves.
Right, yes.
Because here's my theory. It's been such a long winter. People have forgotten how to wear... Like, there's a lot of kind of... No, I'm pretty sure I wore this during summer.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Absolutely, right.
Yeah.
I had that exact same thing this morning, woke up, had no idea.
Honey, where are my work bikinis? You don't wear bikinis. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure... No, I've got a recollection of wearing... I'm sure I wore a bikini to work.
You know why it's so off-putting is that the seasons in New York are so extreme and so distinct. And it changes in a day. It literally just overnight will be spring.
That's right.
It's not a nice little smooth transition. So you have to think on your feet. Like yesterday, you're wearing a puffy jacket and freezing to death, and then today your shirt's off and you're running down the street in your board shorts.
And it does get very English, that very London kind of. It's 23 degrees. I'm getting my tits out.
Yes.
I don't care. I'm going to go and lie in a median strip and just bathe, sunbake topless.
I spent this afternoon in Tompkins Square Park surrounded by all those people and had to leave almost immediately.
Well, also because they're on heroin.
They are also on heroin. There's that. I didn't mention that. That's just a little tidbit. So thank you for everyone for sending in their suggestions. We'll get to those a little bit later.
How did we go this week?
The batch this week,
week.
Emma Allen, the cartoon editor of the New Yorker, every Tuesday I go in and pitch the batch and see how we fare. The God one, saying, I never said that.
Oh, yeah, God
He's
on
standing
the
on a
cloud.
cloud looking down at some people, a guy reading off a tablet.
Yeah.
He's saying, I never said that. I think they got a hard no, which, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was all right.
I thought it was an alright joke. Yeah.
The other one, the mission accomplished, which was the guy in bed having just satisfied.
Right.
Well, he's looking very satisfied. She's looking very, very sullen. And there's a big mission accomplished banner across the wall there. When she saw it, she said, "Oh, she just looks so upset."
She really does.
Yes, she does.
That image.
Yep.
Yeah. I think you put that on Instagram, right?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can have a look at that one.
Yeah. Now, I redrew one that we had already pitched on her recommendation. She said, redraw it, don't make it look so cartoony, and then repitch it.
Sure.
And she kept it. She said, all right, I'll put this one through.
Which was this?
This was, the good news is they'll probably name it after me, which is
doctor.
the doctor
Yeah.
talking to the forlorn patient. I think it looks better. I think it was good advice to redraw it. Obviously, Friday is a very difficult day for me and Scott, because that's when we find out whether we've sold something or it's dead.
Yeah.
Or, sometimes we'll go back and rework it. But it's the most stressful time of the week, is this...
From midday till 3.
Midday till 3. And it'll drive you to drink. And by about 3 p.m., I got a text from Scott saying that one of the cartoons, which I really liked, it was the one, the kid with the banana split and the sundae and the milkshake, with his little baby sister next to him saying, "Truly, Susan, I envy no man."
That was, I liked that.
Now, I got a text from you just saying, Susan is dead. To anyone else, that would be upsetting. To me, it was devastating.
Yeah.
Because, evidently it didn't get through. And she did keep it for the maybe pile to put through. Right. So that's why I had such high hopes for Susan.
I mean, realistically, we've had yeses rejected. So
we have had yeses rejected.
Yeah, so let's...
We posted, so if you go onto Instagram, you can see that we've posted an empty panel with the caption, "Truly, Susan, I envy no man," as our reverse caption contest.
Yeah.
So I'd very much encourage you all to submit yours. We got one just today. It was First Thought. It's 2 dogs.
Got me. Do it. It wins. We have a winner.
Yeah, it's the first one. Done.
Talking dog.
All right, so it's 2 dogs being walked by their owner at night. The owner is hurriedly bending over to pick up one of the dog's shits in a little plastic bag.
That's not bad.
Off to the side, dog 1 has a tired, almost disdainful look on his face and is turning to dog 2. truly, Susan, I envy no man.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
That's a noise you made. That's
Yeah,
just a noise.
it's not. Yeah, it's a yeah.
It's a-
I don't
you know,
like the
we're off-
disdainful look. I think it should
Sure.
be prideful.
Right. I think it's a pretty good start, though.
It's a good start.
So be sure to send yours in on old Instagram.
Also, we had a couple that were we had a cartoon go viral this week.
We did.
On Reddit, which was on subreddit, and I Reddit to me. Here's what Reddit is to me.
Yes.
Reddit is like the Smiths.
Okay.
I
will be
quite
good.
like the Smiths,
Yep.
but I would never in a million years dare to call myself a fan of the Smiths because I know some prick's going to be like, yeah, you probably only like Meat is Murder and you don't know any of the real stuff. Like one of those, like, have you got the white label they only released in Japan? Like, I don't,
Yeah.
no, so I'm just like, yeah, they're a good band. I like them. I'll
Right.
sing to this charming man at a bar. There you go. But I'll never call myself a Smiths fan.
Right.
And it's like Reddit.
Yes.
I quite like Reddit, but
very
I would never claim to have any knowledge of how Reddit works or
Right.
what the hell is going
I'll
on.
be a Redditor.
Oh, no.
Mm.
I found out what Gone Wild is, and I was like, you know what? Well done, Reddit.
I don't even need to know. I don't know and I don't need to.
Yeah. It's NSFW.
It was a cartoon that was pitched and rejected to the New Yorker and then bought by Mad Magazine. And it is a boardroom, two attorneys at one end of it and opposing counsel at the other end. And the gentleman is saying, I'm Mr. Trump's attorney. This is my attorney. As soon as his attorney arrives, we can begin. And it went viral on the
Political humor
Something
subreddit
like
or
that,
something.
yeah.
So anyway, I had never really mucked around with Reddit. I don't know, I'm going to be honest. Outside of seeing topless pictures of their users that they've posted, I haven't really spent a lot of time on Reddit. So I went down, and so what happens is there's kind of the post, and then people will comment on the post.
nested comments.
And then sometimes the commenters don't have enough clout to have their comment kind of come up, and you've got to click on it to find it.
Yes.
And I found this, and if I may
Oh, please.
indulge you, this is my favorite of. Sometimes people will write weird comments on things that
Yeah.
we've done. This is my favorite. This is a conversation, okay, that's happened. So remember, it's just that cartoon with
Yep.
the caption. This person has written. Now, to give you an idea of
Oh,
this
yes.
person's clout here, this person is on minus 58 points, whatever that means on Reddit.
I'm about to find out.
Okay, this is it. Next time you take a screenshot of a cartoon, make sure the subtitles are off. It's cleaner. And then the next person has written, what the fuck? You're complaining about the dialogue at the bottom? That's fucking essential to the comic. Otherwise, it would just be a meaningless drawing of some people in a room. First person. No, the dialogue comes out of the TV speakers. This person obviously had subtitles on when they took the screenshot. I do the same thing when I watch shows on the BBC, all from the South, and I can't understand the accent. Okay, the second person has written, oh, okay, I must be confused. In comes a third person.
Yep.
No, you're not. He clearly thinks this is a screenshot of a cartoon.
He literally thinks it's a screenshot of a cartoon.
That was wonderful.
Baffled by the idiocy.
But
required.
even if it was like a cartoon like the Smurfs or something and the
Yeah.
subtitles were on, he just wants the picture of the boardroom.
That he doesn't. It's
great.
cleaner,
It's
Scott.
great.
It's cleaner.
It's great.
It would just be a picture of some people in a room.
Yeah.
Without the subtitle.
No subtitle.
That'll get 17,000.
And we're calling it a subtitle now, not a caption.
Yeah. Go on. It's a subtitle. It got 17,500 upvotes.
Is that good? What's that mean?
I have no idea. Someone sent it to me and said, your bloody cartoon's going viral.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know what that means. Where
This
are
is
we?
like
What?
someone saying like, you're the mayor of Candy now.
Right.
I don't know what this means.
That's, yeah, what?
Does it mean anything?
I've-
Are there responsibilities?
Yeah.
Are there perks?
Have you sent this to the right person? What is this? So that's very odd. I'm still very confounded by anything on 4chan or Reddit or anything. I just don't understand there's a vernacular, there's a whole community thing, a lot of in-jokes, a lot of esoteric little things. So thank you for sharing it, Reddit.
I just stick to the topless pictures. I'm not even going to lie to you. I can't even pretend that I don't.
Right.
That's my only experience to Reddit. So when I
Yeah.
saw this, I was like, oh, there's cartoon on this porn website. It's weird.
It's hentai. It's just hentai. Now, you texted me this week, and I've been up all night staring at the roof, wondering, because you said, I've got some bangers this week.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with this week, what I'm pitching.
Now, do you have an Outback Steakhouse pick of the week for this week?
It's hard. Look, okay, I'm just going to get straight into it.
Okay, all right, let's go.
This one is really dependent on how you draw it.
Okay, good.
So what it is, it's people sitting in the middle of nowhere. Like they've clearly moved. They're on the run.
Yes.
They've left. They've started a new life.
Okay.
Right? And it's clear that they're in the middle of like around a campfire or whatever it might be.
Okay.
Confessing to why they had to leave.
Oh, like they're okay.
You know, it's
exiled.
Like, they're kind. Yeah, it's like they're exiled. It's like they've in Australia. It's like you moved to Darwin.
Yeah.
I think in the States you find yourself in Nome, Alaska.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
or
like
Nevada.
and you just never ask anyone why they moved.
Yeah, right.
It's that kind of a situation.
Right.
But maybe if it's even more remote, it's like they're on a ship or whatever it might be. This is
Right.
on you.
Okay.
This is what it said. And then one of them is confessing.
Okay.
I said thanks you too when the cashier said enjoy your meal. Have you ever done that? You just want to start a new life.
I am the
you
king
just
of
wanna
thanks.
leave.
I am the king and queen of thanks you
You are the reigning monarchs of this social faux pas.
I've said the dumbest stuff. And it's usually because I'm just engrossed in my phone or trying to get things back in my wallet and just say whatever when I'm paying for something or when someone is just being a polite white person. I'll just say the dumbest stuff.
Yeah.
And very often I'll do it in an American accent so they understand me because very often.
Oh, you do that, yeah.
Yeah, I do that in cabs and in service, like if I'm ordering something.
I feel your Australian accent's broader than mine.
Sure.
So I think people would have more trouble.
They can't quite calibrate their ear to it.
Yeah.
Because it's not a very strong one.
Yeah.
So I've said the dumbest things I think possible to wait staff. And I completely agree with this cartoon. I think
like there's something in that.
There's something about
I just
it.
want to start. I just had to get out of
yeah.
there.
But it's the more stupid, it's tiny little social infraction or faux pas it is, I think the better it is. It's an extreme reaction to something so socially.
I called it
small.
Pokemon's Go. Like,
I called them Pokemon.
something like
That's
that.
I pronounced it Pokemon. That's I like it.
Yeah,
and we can keep reusing it.
The mispronunciation which drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
I pronounce Wimbledon with a T. I'd send you to hell for that. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Not welcome.
I like the idea of the exiled thing. I think also if one doesn't hit, we can just keep putting one in the batch every week.
Yeah,
with
that
a
won't
new
annoy.
caption.
That won't annoy you.
Yeah. She has said previously, you can re-pitch stuff.
I was on the train, and I've become a bit of like an old man train guy. Who
manspreading?
No, not manspreading. No, I'm the opposite. I'm the captain of the train that goes, mate, bit much. Come on, don't do that. I stand up for old ladies. I am a pleasure to catch the train with.
Really?
An absolute
Look at
pleasure.
you. Oh.
And sometimes I get a very crowded. I'm a very very crowded subway line.
Yes.
And sometimes and very occasionally I will say politely, I'll say, "Oh, do you mind taking your backpack off? You got your backpack on."
That guy.
It's
that
very
guy
crowded.
needs to burn in hell.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wore my backpack on the crowded subway.
On a crowded subway. That is... What happens if it's like showtime and you're like, all right, guys, a bit much. Come on, calm down.
No.
You're not going to stop those guys.
No, because do you know what? Those guys, they only ever do it on a weekend.
You are on the L train.
And you're on the L. Like,
Yeah.
it's a weekend thing. Weekends... Even I have to take a break. I
Really?
take weekends off.
You take weekends off being a
Being
good
the
guy?
captain of the train. Not being a good guy, but
Right.
being the captain of the train. Like kind of
Yeah,
making sure
okay.
everything's okay.
Right.
So... And I'm not captain of the whole train, just captain of the carriage.
Captain of
There's
the carriage.
other carriages.
Captain Carriage over
I can
here.
only be Captain Carriage.
Captain Carriage.
And there was this woman, very crowded.
Yeah.
Had the backpack on. I went, like I'm cracking knuckles. I'm ready.
I was on a packed, completely crowded, shoulder to shoulder, not an inch to spare D train express heading up to the Bronx for the Yankee game on Friday night.
Sure, well, that sounded like a pleasant experience. Watching them get trounced in the cold.
By Canada as well. Like the friggin' Toronto Blue Jays. So it was one of those moments where there's lots of people on the train who aren't from New York and they're from Toronto or they're in town to see a Yankee game.
Was Drake there? That's my thing. Whenever I see like the Raptors win. Like when the Raptors beat the Knicks, I'm like, well, at least Drake will be happy.
That's funny. There was a moment where someone had done exactly what you just... They had walked into the crowded express train. There wasn't any space, and they had a backpack on and a puffy jacket.
Yeah, no, it's
double
too much.
infraction.
Yeah.
And this woman who just clearly a New Yorker went, do you mind? Like,
Oh, yeah, you see,
and they didn't know what they'd done. So they were like, I'm sorry, excuse me? Like, she was like, your bag. Like, it was a thing.
Yeah,
like,
it's a thing.
Yeah. I thought it was just me, but no,
So
it's definitely...
No, that's definitely a thing.
Okay.
So there was this woman with the backpack on. She was in the way, and she was just being the way. And she had her back to me, so the backpack was right. I was like, oh, here we go. And then I remembered, I've never met Emma Allen.
Oh, yeah.
I've only... Because I don't go in and pitch. What am I going to add?
Come
I mean,
in.
no one wants to meet
You'd
me.
love it.
So I'd seen the video. The little girl who was writing those amazing captions.
Oh, yes.
She was brought to New York, went to the Condé Nast, sat with Emma, and was kind of like... And the little girl just had the most bomb line in the whole thing.
What was it?
She goes, do you think... Emma says, do you think you could do this job? And the little girl goes, yeah, it doesn't look very hard. It was wonderful. And Emma's like...
That's hilarious.
On reflection. Like, it was kind of...
What's funny is I remember thinking back in the day when Bob Mankoff was the cartoon editor, I remember thinking, oh, that's a dream job.
Yeah.
What a great job. You just get to look at cartoons all day. What I didn't realize is you're also dealing with a squadron of egos and insane, fragile, anxious, just the anxiety of cartoonists. Can you imagine the emails on a Friday afternoon that come in
think of anything
and the
worse.
shouts that are pitched and you have to be polite and professional to people who are being absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It's not a dream job.
And you're in there once a week, so do you listen to the podcast? Yeah. So there was this woman, and but she had brown hair and was wearing glasses.
Yes.
And I thought it may have been her.
Yeah.
And I know that she listens to this podcast.
Yeah.
So I just bit my tongue because I didn't because we had two live. We still had two cartoons in the mix this week.
That's true.
So I didn't want to and it was a Friday. So I
Right.
didn't want her to go in
Look
and just
at
go
you.
get rid of this.
Wow. I think it was
When
very
she
wise
got
of you.
off, she got off, it wasn't her. It was not her on the train.
Are you sure?
I'm positive because
Okay.
she got off. It was a different woman. I thought,
Oh, okay.
I miss my captaincy.
My captaincy.
very upsetting.
Captain Carriage.
Captain Carriage.
I think we have a title for the episode
Yeah.
now. All right. So what's number 2?
Number 2.
Second banger.
Woman with a huge long list, like a list. You know? Do you remember
Like a scroll?
Not a scroll, but more like in the same way as like a dot. Do you remember dot matrix?
Of course. With the little
Printers
holes in the side.
With the holes in the side,
Yeah.
and all the paper would be connected.
yeah.
So it's a huge long
Zigzagging,
list. Yeah,
Right.
like that. Outside a restaurant. And she's saying to her offsider, just let me check. I think I'm boycotting them.
Yeah, right. Because everyone's boycotting
I don't know what I'm
something.
boycotting
It's
anymore.
Starbucks, it's Chick-fil-A, it's a whole thing.
I was talking to a friend. I was at a dinner last night, and everyone was looking at they're comparing Uber ratings.
Oh,
And I don't
that's
use
interesting.
I don't use Uber.
Right.
Because I just
You
think they're
use
a bit.
Lyft?
I use Lyft because
I hate
think,
Uber.
I think Uber's a bit scummy, and
It
I
is
don't
scummy.
think they treat people well. And when I said, oh, I don't use Uber, I use Lyft. Firstly, I felt so superior.
Captain Carriage
I
over
felt
here.
So great. And then
I don't use Uber, I use the Carriage.
And then one of the other guests at the dinner said, oh, that's right, I'm boycotting them. I'd completely forgotten.
It's hard to keep up. You got to have some kind of spreadsheet.
This is what I'm
some kind
thinking.
of Google sheet. Yeah. So I guess a big long list of and it should be going down
It's
the street.
going down the street.
Down the sidewalk. There's
Yeah,
someone
it's
looking at it.
way
as well.
down. Yeah.
I was at an audition on Tuesday with a bunch of other comedians. As it happened, they all just kind of showed
What
up.
for playing? What were you? What skin? Were you playing eczema? What were you auditioning for? You already got dandruff. You got the dandruff market sewn up.
AIDS. I was going to be the human embodiment of AIDS. It was for a Texan chicken company. So it was some kind of big chicken brand in Texas, right?
Sure.
And it was a man on the street audition. So, of course, all the comedians that I know were also going for the same role.
So, Man on the Street audition is
It's like a vox pop.
so, and you're like, I don't know. It's just like it's way better.
Right. It's like I'm the voice in the face of the company going around asking people about this chicken company.
Oh, so you're not one of the people.
No.
Oh,
I'm the
you're like
interviewer, and they want to create like a brand around this person who goes around the streets of Dallas and like, you know, all around Texas just doing vox pops.
Do you want
about
to
chicken.
practice on me?
I really don't.
Yeah,
but
let's practice. Let's
Okay.
pretend.
All right.
So we're in.
Where are we? We're in
Dallas.
Dallas. Okay.
Okay. Let's go. We're
All
in
right. Are
Dallas.
you the man on the street?
No, yeah, I'm the man. This is your role. I'm the man on the street. You're the interviewer.
I think there's been a rape up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right. I'll be the interviewer. G'day.
Not now, mate.
All right.
Try again. There's a group here.
Okay.
I'll talk to you
All
for your
right.
program.
Hi, madam. What's your name?
I'm a man. Firstly, so
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to dead name you. What's your actual name? What do you go by?
Adolf.
Crikey, that's a name that didn't stick around after 1945, isn't
Oh,
it?
you can find us.
Where can we find you?
Oh, at rallies. We do
Really?
a lot of rallies.
I noticed you're holding a flag there. What is
That's
that?
right.
And a
Confederate.
tiki torch.
Yeah, and a tiki torch.
That's fun. Have you
Yeah.
just come from Bunnings, have you?
I don't know what that is. I'm from the United States.
Now, what are your thoughts on chicken?
Well, here's the thing. As I sit here, I don't know. Firstly, I gotta ask, why would you conduct these interviews at the exact place John F. Kennedy was shot? This is insanity. So you're
Is that a book depository?
Wait, so you have to go and say to people,
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on chicken?
All right, here's what.
Which creative genius?
Yeah. There's two parts to
Chicken,
this.
your thoughts. Chicken, discuss.
Chicken disgust.
Wait, did you say disgust? And the ad ends.
So the woman who was conducting the audition, just before I started, I said, "Oh, by the way, I'm Australian. Do you want me to do it in an Australian accent or American?" And she's British. She was very British. She goes, "Can you do an American accent?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Great.
Have you seen my dandruff commercial?"
Yeah.
So I did it, and then it was me and a guy called Sam, who was a comedian in New York City, and we know each other already, so we're kind of cheating on the test here. And we had to flip roles. So he'd interview me, then I'd interview him. And when he interviewed me, I guess I think I fucked his audition for him, because he goes, "What's your name?" And I go, "My name's Dan." He just fucking broke
Why
down.
did you do that?
I don't know.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I thought he'd be, and then she kind of went, "What was that?" And then, because I thought, well, it's in Texas, so I'll be a Texan. I'll be a guy from Texas.
So you've just got a bit of Tim Riggins happening.
Yeah. I'm like, my name's Dan.
What were Dan's thoughts on chicken?
Oh, not good.
Nonplussed.
Yeah. Nonplussed.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, I didn't like it. But then he had to win me over. That was kind of.
Oh, that's the idea.
And then when we switched, I went back to normal generic. And the whole reason I bring that up is that Sam is gay, and he had to check the docket to check it wasn't Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
He was terrified that he was auditioning for it and then would get the booking and then have to, go into hiding.
But I think there'd be something kind of cool about it if he was like, did the ad, it went out, and I was like, yo!
It's like they've gone full.
You know what I like as well as chicken? Dicks in my mouth. Dicks in my mouth.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
That may
I reckon that would be amazing. And then
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, like, make sure the check's cleared. But then do that.
So have we got another banger? Banger number 3.
This is banger number 3.
All right. And is this the Outback Steakhouse pick of the week?
I actually think Boycott might be.
I think
the
Boycott,
Outback
yeah. That's a pretty strong
Steakhouse.
contender.
Yeah.
For
But
those
this
of you... okay, all right.
I'm not mad at this.
Okay.
So I think it's businessmen.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Yes.
Maybe on a bus stop or a train or
right.
wherever they might be.
Captain Carriage.
And the caption is, "Not so good, George. I just found out that I've been eating bananas the wrong way."
I think that's better than... That's great.
That's your Outback
That's
Steakhouse
my
pick of the
OB,
batch, yeah.
That's pretty good. I like
are
that.
you forever getting them served
Oh
to
my
you?
God, yes.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I am. And
I just thought the algorithm might have been like, listen,
no.
we've been listening to this guy for 5 years. He is a moron. He can't grate cheese.
yeah, I don't know when that began, but yes, I'm getting the same things.
I click on that.
You
and
do?
I also click, this is my secret shame.
This is why you get those ads, because you click on them.
Exactly. That's right. No, I understand. I showed weakness and they're taking advantage.
They knew they'd get you with the bananas. I knew your bloody Achilles heel.
The other one I do is I will click on, you won't believe what they look like now.
Oh, I love
Even if
that
I
one.
never watched the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, Seventh Heaven? What is that gang up to? I've never
Right.
seen this.
And then it's a click and then another click to see
Yeah,
it.
the slideshow. It's like
Yeah.
88
Yeah.
slideshow.
that each take 30 seconds to
Yeah.
load. I'll still do it though.
Yeah, me
What's
too.
wrong with me?
Yeah.
What's wrong
Yeah.
with us?
And how much of a genius do you feel when you find out that, you can just click on the picture and you don't have to scroll down to the big next sign?
Are you serious?
That's a life hack for you.
You've just told me something. I'm eating bananas the wrong
Can
way.
I say you've been looking at slideshows the wrong way your entire life?
I've been doing
It's
it
only
wrong.
on certain websites. Other ones will take you to like some like.
Oh, if you click on the image,
off-
it'll be
It'll take you to some off-Broadway like mobile phone provider.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Off Broadway, I like that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Some Reddit thread.
It's some weird thing. So yeah.
Okay, so that's great. All three of those are
I reckon
amazing.
there's something there.
They're great.
Yeah,
bangers,
yeah.
Are there any others you want to throw into the pot before
There's
we
one
move
that
on?
I want us to think about.
Okay. all right.
Which is, and I don't. It's very clunky. So this is
Okay.
just one just for us to kind of
Yes.
marinate on.
Yeah.
A marathon runner
Mm-hmm.
looking at a phone,
Yes.
saying, I just need an inspirational quote before this next hill.
That's not bad.
But it needs to be more clear that it's from Instagram.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah. Okay.
kind
There's
of
there's probably a
problem
way
with
to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We can figure that one out. All right.
Because I'm always thinking,
yeah.
like, who is this for?
Well, I don't know. Anyone who has those on their, like, just unironically on their feed, it's a little silly. I think. I don't know. I'm very cynical. I think.
Yeah. Oh, really? There was
It's the pod.
There was a great joke going around, which was, you've been posting a lot of song lyrics. We're worried about you.
That's great.
Which I thought was
like
a
that.
lovely. Yeah.
That was people used to do that on Facebook a lot. I remember that was a big thing for a while.
Yeah.
By the way, we did also sell another one this week to
did we?
Mad, which was Sean Hannity saying, and a recap of our top story, nothing happened in America today.
Wasn't that a great joke?
That was great. Yeah. So that one got picked up as well.
Mate, it just feels like though America is now a television show where they're just getting trendy guest stars in now.
That's
like,
funny. Yeah. Because he is a celebrity.
It's like the Love Boat.
The-
It's like, oh, fuck, let's see. Maybe Horseshack can catch a diamond thief. How many diamond thieves are getting cruises? Every other week, it seems.
That's great. That's fantastic. Now we do. We also pitched a daily, a few actually about Starbucks. And the one that I liked the best, which didn't get up, which was the CEO at the press conference saying, "In Philadelphia, we made a very venti mistake."
That's right. I think
I thought
the
that was pretty good.
genesis of that was that was a much better way to present it. I think the initial thing was going to be the full page newspaper ad
Right.
apology letter,
Yes,
which I
yes,
think
yes.
they're always better. Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit more visual. If you draw a cartoon that's lots and lots of writing, it's a tougher sell sometimes.
Yeah.
And it takes longer to get. Now, what I thought I'd do this week, I do have ideas, and I've got some. This will be good.
Says the man with no ideas. No one with an idea has ever prefaced a sentence with, "No, I have ideas." But what I thought might be fun would just, let's hear what you guys have first.
I fear that this is going to end like your cartoon suggestion from last week, which was, do you have anything that's not shit? We were hoping for something that wasn't
we didn't
terrible.
do that. Yeah.
We will. I'll put a note to do that. What I thought we'd do, which is a bit of fun, is go back to my very first batch that I pitched to the New Yorker. And we didn't know each other back then.
yeah.
And I
Okay.
thought, I'll bounce them off you. Let's see if I can
if there's
punch them up.
something there. Is there
Obviously,
something in this?
Is there something in this? So, all right. So the first one, it's a couple of old ladies who have obviously been in the neighbourhood for some time.
Yeah.
Some Manolo Blancs hanging off the power lines, saying, "You see, this neighbourhood's become so gentrified."
That's funny.
Is
I don't
it?
know what you could do. I like that.
I feel like there might be a different way to execute that joke or a different caption.
Oh, what about this? Because
Okay.
it's so now the to give some clarification.
Yeah.
When you see sneakers slung over a power line, the thing is it's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
That's the
Right.
thing. That was always the code of the street.
Yeah. How does that
The
even
dope
happen?
man's in there.
I'm not a big drug dope kind of dealer guy. I don't know how that works. Do you just stand under there until someone shows up?
I'm not sure.
I don't know how the rest of that
I'm
transaction
not sure how it
happens.
goes or
Okay.
whatever. What about
Right.
this?
Okay.
What if it's like there must be a Botox dealer around here.
That's good.
If it's high heels.
That's way better. Yeah, or there must be a Pilates workshop or a
I think it's
Botox
gotta
dealer,
be
I think's better. A drug, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a dealer.
Yeah. That's good. See, that's why I'm showing you.
Botox.
You take it in a different direction.
Because Botox is a drug.
It
you
is
know
a drug.
Botox is just botulism.
Is that what
It's
it is?
literally, it's literally cow botulism. Yeah.
Really putting cow in your face?
Yeah, that's right.
No kidding. I'm learning so much today. All right, so that was the first one. The second one was a toilet cistern, and you won't find these particular kinds of cisterns around that much, but they are in some old New York apartments. So I thought some Upper West Side New Yorkers would, they'd recognize this. And it's a cistern with, on the left, still, and on the right, sparkling.
Oh, so that...
Two different chains.
Yeah, okay.
Still
So
and
to get here's a reference for you.
Okay.
It's the same cistern that Michael hid the gun behind in Godfather.
In Godfather, yes, that's exactly right. So it's a little dated, but I did pitch one that was a couple of water towers, like New York water towers.
I like the water tower one better.
Okay, because that was like a rehash of this idea. When I showed it to Bob Mankoff, he goes, "Toilet humor, no." That was his feedback. 3 words. I don't know if there's anything else in this, but I wondered if
I don't mind. I love the image.
I like showing you these. It's like a Rorschach test. It's just like showing you these old... My style's changed a bit since then too. But there's something, I don't know. Still and sparkling always.
Still and sparkling's always.
Or tap, Still sparkling or tap are just so, I don't know. Day to day you hear it so much.
Yeah. I don't know what else we could... I just think I like the idea. It's like
okay.
I
That's
think
a problem, Scott.
Well, it's an issue, yeah.
All right, how about this one? It's a dad talking down to he's got his son by his shoulders, and the son's got his little sports uniform on, his little football under his arm. He's saying, "Son, it's not whether you win or lose, it's who's buying the drinks afterwards." Now, I put that one in to make the other ones look good.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It was a D to make the C's look like A's.
Yeah.
It's not a good one, but I thought might be another caption in there somewhere. Same situation.
No, there's definitely a caption in there.
Yeah.
So he's kind of giving advice to his kid that is wearing kind of, let's say, American football gear, because there's an American football.
I think there might be a similar one. I think it might be either, I want to say Emily Flake. She said, and it's a similar situation, but the parent saying to the kid, "Now, son, if you can't say anything nice, say something clever but devastating." Which I thought was pretty great.
That's funny. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, so there's something else in this little sort of, I don't know.
Yeah, there is. I kind of, this kind of goes back to an idea that we had previously about children as demographics.
Right.
Like we're losing the 8 to 10s.
We're losing the 8 to 10s.
I kind of like that I kind of like it as the idea of him offering contract negotiation tips, like
okay, to the kid in the football uniform.
Yeah,
using sort of corporate, tactics or like negotiation tactics as it pertains to.
Or maybe he's getting dropped for the game. Look, we still consider you a valuable member of this organization.
There is one that I will... I like the idea of a bring your something to work day. Remember, like, bring your kid to work day?
Yeah.
Which is insane, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
I like the idea of just bring your therapist to work day.
Or a guy with, like, a crocodile.
Yeah.
Bring your crocodile to work day was an unmitigated failure.
Yes, that's great.
It was a failure. Like, yeah.
Is the crocodile there and there's just a shoe next to him? Like he's clearly just eaten someone. Bring your crocodile.
Or everyone's in a boardroom, like just on one corner of the boardroom.
Yeah. Huddled. And he's just outside the door. Like just so clearly they've all just gone and they locked themselves in the boardroom.
Yeah.
He's just at the door.
Look, he's in the board like on one end and they're all like in the corner.
So in hindsight, bring your crocodile to work day. It probably wasn't the best idea. An abject failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the other one.
Johnson, I don't think we'll do bring your crocodile to work day next year.
I thought as it pertained to Trump, bring your illegitimate child to work day.
Oh.
Bring your baggage to work day. That's every day. Just have a guy sitting there just go, I don't think my dad ever loved me. You know?
Oh, bring your insecurities to work day.
Yeah. Bring your insecurities to work day.
Trump giving a speech.
I heard someone say this the other day. I'm a vegetarian. Oh, except foie gras.
Oh, fuck off.
I thought that would be a great cartoon. What an idiotic thing to say.
Yeah.
It flies so far in the face of vegetarianism.
I had one of a guy like with the stripy shirt and the
Yeah.
beret and like, you know, very stereotypical looking dude. And then like maybe saying to a waiter or something,
Yeah.
French, question mark. Oh no, I'm just pretentious.
That's great. Yeah. That's good. I like that one. There was a, I want to say David Cyprus or something in this latest issue, which was a French waiter. And there's a couple of...
such a good joke.
Yeah. What did he say? You don't need anything.
You're Americans, yeah.
Yeah, you're Americans.
You don't need my help. You're
You don't
American.
need my help.
Yeah, it was great. Really nice.
In
yeah.
Paris, yeah. So I'm a vegetarian except for foie gras. I also overheard this morning I was getting brunch and the person next to me ordered and he said, I'll have the 2-egg special but with 3 eggs.
I don't know why that's funny. It should be funny.
It shouldn't be funny, but when I heard it, I just lost my shit.
That's really
That's
funny.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe that's something too. So we'll chuck that in there to make the others look good.
Is there something in like a kind of millennial girl saying, "Oh my God, this bagel is everything," with an everything bagel?
Everything bagel. That's pretty good. This is literally everything.
This is literally everything.
Oh my God, everything bagel. That's great. I did. So there's one last thing that I thought of, which was like the idea of pre-boarding. And I know it's kind of an overdone trope in a New Yorker cartoon. Is the carriage class now and first class, second class, loyalty passengers, blah blah blah. Every single US flight is just certain people can board based on their loyalty program. And their loyalty to the plane, as if it's the mafia, offering pre-boarding, like something so far back in the process that it's just ridiculous. It's not a check-in thing. It's not even like getting out of the cab. It's like someone offering a service before you even get to the airport, like getting in the car or like packing your luggage or what something insanely.
I've got a friend who
it's like a loyalty service thing.
He's like the top tier flyer for a couple of he's like a banking guy.
Yes.
And he spends I think it's like 200 travel days a year. Mm-hmm. And he's up the pointy end the whole time. And then as a result, he has gone to the top 1% of flyers for like Cathay, Etihad.
Wow.
Like 3 or 4 airlines, he's in the top, and one of them.
He's not Captain Carriage. He's Admiral.
He's
Carriage.
Admiral Carriage.
Wow.
He's Admiral Carriage. And Admirable.
Sorry, keep going. Yeah.
And he's got a thing where he was in New York not long ago. I met up with him for a bite to eat. It was 4:00.
Okay.
His flight to Australia was at 6, and I was like, "Yo, you should get going." He goes, "Oh no, it's fine." I went, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I just have to get there 10 minutes before."
What?
They've got this thing where they track me because I've got the app and like I'm on the special.
They
I've got
track
the
him?
Diamond app, and when I get there, there's a guy waiting for me, and he takes my bags. He puts me into a little golf buggy. I go to a special room. I just go through. They've got all my credit, passport
This is
details,
obscene.
and I go straight onto the plane.
What?
He goes sometimes via the tarmac, and yeah,
Sometimes via the tarmac.
He's like not he's not like it's the coolest thing. He's just like I need to do that because I have back to back meetings.
This is
makes sense.
insane.
So yeah,
I had no idea that was a thing.
so is there something in the idea of like a stewardess next to someone's bed? Going, as a Diamond member, we'd like to start your boarding.
That's great. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Something
but-
like so absurd, like in the shower, like handing the soap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
oh no, that's what they
Yeah.
they take care of everything.
Yeah.
Mr. Willoughby, a drink. Kind of.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, used his real name. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Google that. We'll cut that out. It's fine. So there's something in that. So we'll work on that one as well. We should, because
I just want you to think about another one. Just another one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What do we got?
It's Earth Day today when we're recording this.
It
Jane
is.
Goodall is the Google Doodle. So it kind of got me thinking.
Google Doodle.
Is like a woman like Jane Goodall writing in up in the lowlands.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense up in the lowlands,
Up in the
but you know what I
lowlands.
mean.
No, not really.
The mountain.
Yes, the
Where
mountain.
the-
Where the
and-
gorillas in the
Where
mist
the gorillas
was
in
shot.
the mist.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And writing in a clipboard, and I don't know if I think it's just the caption. She's surrounded by gorillas. It just says, after spending 3 years in this colony, I can safely say that gorillas are super gross.
I like that. It's silly. You
They're
know, I love
disgusting.
silly.
Yeah.
I
They're
love
just
silly.
shitting and fucking each other. Like,
Yeah, it's
the
just
gorillas are
horrible.
gross. They're not.
Throwing shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I like that. It's simple. It's effective. I'm a sucker for a talking animal cartoon. I like the idea.
Oh, you and me both, sir.
The idea of the apes, what their summary is at the end of the 3 years of her
What if it's the
Right.
flip
Yeah.
and it's like a gorilla
with a clipboard. Yeah,
with a clipboard
exactly. Yeah.
going, this we've tried throwing our shit. Nothing
We've
is
tried
getting rid of
everything.
this woman.
Yeah, this is Jane Goodall. There's nothing we can do
I
to
think
get
there was a
rid of her.
Gary Larson where the gorillas found the clipboard and they're like, she said what?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Ah,
I think. Yeah.
Man, that Larson.
This is something I want us to think about. A woman saying to, breaking up with someone, look, I'm being as indirect as I can.
That's good. I like that. That one's definitely in.
This is something I've been thinking about a lot.
Yeah.
The amount of shit women have to do to protect the male ego.
Yes.
The amount of things that are just like, it was really great. Like,
Yeah.
I just like that idea of her just getting fed up. Look, I'm being as indirect as I can
Yeah, that's
without
great.
you falling into a fucking heap, collapsing on
that.
yourself like a dead star.
That's great. I like that. Is there something in this, by the way? There's something absurd in, you know, how the fact that the Statue of Liberty is a gift from the French.
Yeah.
I like the idea of something else absurdly stupid and big. It was a gift from the French.
We were talking about that the other day, weren't we?
Were we?
Yeah.
I think we may have been at the pub.
I think
Yeah.
it was at the pub, and this is something I'm interested in as well.
Hmm.
I was thinking, like, is Trump he's a gift from the French?
Yeah. Something that you're like, ugh, well, it's a gift from the French. So, or something just because it's a very big thing. People come from all
What
over
if
the world
it's
to look at
something
this thing.
Trump has clearly bought? He's spent tax money on brand new golf clubs or something.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's
no,
like,
no, it was
Hey,
a-
we'll just say it was a gift from the French.
We'll say it was a gift from the French. That's great.
There's
yeah.
something in that. We'll
Because
say it's a gift from the
It
French.
was extra difficult signing my tax check this year, knowing full well it was going to go to like Ben Carson or something, for his new dining room table.
Oh yeah.
Awful. Just
Oh,
something
that's
about
the joke. That's the joke.
Is that the joke?
Yeah.
right.
We can just say it was a gift from the French.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
I do like that.
Okay. Should we get on to
Yeah, let's do
suggestions? Now, the only I thought I'd cut mine slightly short just because we have so many and I've filtered them out. Thank you for sending them through. We're not going to name all of them.
Where do we
no.
send them to?
You can just send them to
email.
jasonchatfieldcomedy@gmail.com, or you can send them through Instagram, or you can DM me on Twitter.
Don't send them to me.
No.
I don't see them.
He hates all of
I
them.
don't have Instagram and Twitter on my phone, and I don't check it.
He's that's why he's so put together, this guy. He's not a dopamine addicted fiend.
No. But I can't get enough meth. So, swings and roundabouts on reflection.
All right. So here's this week's suggestions. Now the first one comes from old mate Adam Spencer.
TV's Adam Spencer.
TV and
What up,
radio's
Spence?
Adam Spencer from Australia. It used to be his work experience kid, didn't you? You with Will Anderson.
Well, yeah, I was on his radio show and then I see Adam. I see Adam all the time.
Yes.
There was a great photo of Adam. He loves the Sydney Swans Football Club.
Okay.
And there was a picture of him posing for a photo with a friend.
Yeah.
And you could see he's looking up. Like the camera is, at eye level. And he's looking up. And someone wrote in the caption is like, tried to get a photo with Adam Spencer, but there was a replay on, and obviously something had happened in the footy, and there was a big screen behind the photographer. It was a wonderful photo.
I love that. That's really funny.
What Spence sent through.
All right, so Spence, this is the subject line. Is there something in this? All right.
On brand, I like that.
On brand, thank you, Spence. So here we go. Scene is the Zuckerberg testimony to Congress. So this is it's dated a little bit already.
Yeah.
It was he sent it, last week. Elderly white congressman with an iPad in front of him saying, "Sonny, I'm going to come down on you like a ton of bricks. ... As soon as I can turn this damn thing on."
I like that.
We actually, I live drew those hearings, those Mark Zuckerberg hearings, and we actually pitched a ton of cartoons based on it, but we didn't get one up.
No,
unfortunately, I was pretty happy with them too. I thought they were really fun.
I think the one you had of it was a picture of Zuckerberg with the scene. I think that just looked really nice.
Yeah. Zuckerberg just staring like an alien, and it's just scene. Okay, so the next suggestion. Thank you for that, Spence. What do you? I mean, it's dated, so we can't really.
I think it was a strong joke.
Together.
Yeah, no, it's
just a
nice
fun joke.
Yeah.
Next one.
Or do you know what the caption I'd change it to? Would be. Have you tried turning it off and on, Senator?
Yeah.
And so then you as the audience have to kind of,
right.
Oh, I wonder what he's asked.
Yeah, okay.
And then you kind of make...
Right.
Because that was the thing, we tried a few ways in, like Adam has their, we're all circling the same idea, where people were just treating him as kind of like the IT support.
Their son who can plug in the VCR properly. Who knows how to set up your Apple TV or whatever. There is something.
What about? Oh, what we could have done.
What
is if someone was asking him to also after this hearing, would you mind coming over and opening some jars for me? Help them.
We did actually do a bunch of FaceTime. Jeez, listen to me. I sound like one of them. There were a lot of jokes about them not knowing anything, mainly because they don't know anything. A lot of them were completely stupid. Their questions were just so technically ignorant. Okay, the next suggestion comes from Luke Watson. He's from Warrigal in Victoria.
Okay.
Hello, Luke.
So So this, you can always tell it's quite a good idea when you name it.
Name and shame.
Yeah. Oh, is it a shame?
Here's the message verbatim. Here's one for your little podcast.
Oh, that's not patronising.
It's podcast is 2 words, by the way. Here's one for your little podcast.
Sure.
Actually, probably the best gag I ever came up with.
Great. I love this. Everyone has this.
Yeah.
I've got one. Everyone has that one joke. They're like, I did it.
That's it.
Okay, great. This is Luke's joke. I love it.
Yeah, I get this all the time. Oh, I've got one. Everyone's got a New Yorker cartoon
Everyone's got one in them.
Please send them in. Okay. Probably the best gag I ever came up with. That never went anywhere.
Sure.
So if I pass it to you to pull to pieces, I can move on with my life.
We can release him from this prison, Luke. I'm a warden jangling keys. Let's get it out of here, buddy.
Green Mile over here. All right. He said, ready? I'm like, just send...
Ready? Oh, my God. The Australian Constitution has a less preamble than this. It does.
Okay, here it is.
I hold these truths to be self-evident. Yeah, all right. Sorry, Luke. Go on.
I hold these gags to be self-evident. All right. Horse sits atop another horse. Caption is, I don't see what's so good about this.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yep.
It's got a talking horse.
It's got a talking animal.
It's got double horse.
Double horse. And then he's gone, fucking, you're welcome.
Wait, he didn't write fucking. He wrote
fucking, you're welcome.
Oh, and no G on fucking.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Fucking, you're
welcome.
Luke, Luke from Warrigal.
Do you know what? If you just read that to me, gone, a guy called Luke has written this. Where's he from? I reckon I would have got to Warrigal in 3 moves.
Pretty quick. Yeah. It's like, guess who?
I like that.
Yeah, I reckon it's great.
I
am going to draw it up. I am going to pitch it to the New Yorker magazine at One World Trade Center, and we are going to sell it.
So what's his caption? What's his caption?
His caption is, I don't see what's so good about this.
What if it's positive?
What do you mean?
What if the caption is, I get it? What if the caption is, I get it?
Oh, I get it now.
I get it now.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, because it's been watching other horses and been like,
Yeah.
Because the idea is rock solid. I'll give you that.
You know what? You know what would be a good caption? Truly, Susan, I envy no man. Speaking of everyone having a New Yorker cartoon in them, and I do get this all the time. I know you probably, we with comedy.
I
mean with comedy,
I'm a
like someone
reclusive
goes,
shut-in. No
"That's
one
true."
talks to me.
That's true. That's true.
Make this clear.
Captain Carriage over here
Okay,
lives in the carriage.
I'm bossing people around on trains and hanging around people
That's
I've
your
known
whole
for
life.
years. That's it.
Bumping into Action Bronson. Oh, Action Bronson segment. Okay. Did you see
know
him
what
this week?
pareidolia is? Pareidolia is it's a condition in humans where we see something and we try to make sense of it.
Sure.
The most common form of pareidolia is seeing faces in things.
Okay.
You know, when you see, a button, like when you see like a PowerPoint, and when
Yeah.
you see the PowerPoint, you don't see a place for the thing to go
Right.
into.
Yeah.
You see two eyes and a mouth. Like you see a face in that thing.
Pareidolia.
Yeah,
Okay.
pareidolia. See, that looks like a face
Yeah.
to you, like
Two
it's someone
surprised
being
faces.
surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have that, but with Action Bronson.
Brilliant.
I was
What's it called again?
pareidolia. I saw a bloke at a bar in Bushwick on Friday night. I was like, Action Bronson's here. This is going to be awesome for the pod. Just a fat bloke with a baseball cap on.
Perfect.
Then last night I was at a dinner party.
Yep.
And a bloke was walking past the thing. I was like, oh, guys, it's Action Bronson. They're like, no, it's just a fat guy.
We have to work this into a cartoon, I think.
I'm seeing Action Bronson
You're
everywhere.
seeing Action
everywhere.
Bronson in everything. You open
In
the fridge, Action Bronson.
Yeah.
Wow. You have a genuine problem.
He's
This is a
haunting me.
psychological problem.
Yeah.
Pareidolia with
Pareidolia Bronson.
Action. This is terrifying because that's not something you want to keep seeing in things. That's not a person.
No,
you
it's
want to
not Miranda Kerr topless.
Precisely.
Action Bronson.
Of course it is. You have a problem, my friend, and I don't know what the cure is.
Well, that's helpful. Thank you.
I'm a great therapist.
Shall we move on? You'd be a great therapist.
You have a problem, my friend, and I don't know how to help you.
That would be actually a pretty funny thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to level with you. There's no happy ending here. Person just
good.
lying on the couch.
Yeah, all right. I've actually got one of those. I got those, a lot of therapist cartoons we can just recaption.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah. Have you thought about cats?
Have you thought about buying 9 cats? So I was walking along. I was meant to host a show on McDougal Street on Tuesday night
Greenwich Village.
in Greenwich Village. I got barked at by the guy barking for the show.
Oh, that's always nice.
And he goes, "Hey, so you want to see a show?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm on the show. How are we going for numbers? What's going on?"
Yeah.
And he goes,
well, I wouldn't be out here if it was full, you dickhead.
and he goes, "Hey, no, I got it great. It's going to be a great show." I'm like, "No." And I pointed to my photo because he's holding my photo up. I'm like, "That's not going to sell tickets." And then I'm pointing. I'm like, "No, that's me. I'm hosting the show. How are we going for numbers?" And he goes, "Not good." He just goes,
good.
"Not good." So when I get there, the producer goes, "Yeah, we're probably going to have to cancel the show." So they cancelled the show, pushed it this week, and I had my Tuesday night back, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I wandered back towards a Comedy Cellar, which is a block away, and old mate manager Steve Fabricant. He's out, they call him Outside Steve.
Yeah.
You would notice him on the opening credits of Louis when he walks down.
Rest in peace.
He's the he's the guy whose hand is shook before he goes down. So Steve goes, "I've got one, and I've always had this, and no one's been able to do anything with it. I've been thinking about it for 20 years.
Right.
Here it is. Boy holding the string of the kite stuck in the tree."
Yeah.
So there's a kite, there's a tree, the kite is stuck.
Sure.
He's holding the string. He's saying, "God, why is life so unfair?" And then God's saying, "Adversity reminds us that there is always room for improvement and things can always be made better. It also makes life more interesting. Why do you think I let OJ off?"
It's just a bit brief.
It's
a bit brief. Yeah. I think it needs more words.
Needs more words.
Steve.
Steve. Outside Steve.
If I can make this work, you have to give me a week. Just a week of
gigs.
spots. So I'll do 7.
Yep.
Just a week of 7s. All right, because
work's cut out for
as your wordy God is my witness, Steve. I'm gonna make this work.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Because
All
your
right.
brain just can't let go.
I can't let that go.
You can't let it go.
We now have a new segment.
What, Scott can't let it go?
Scott's take on Steve. Scott's Steve. All right? So we've got your pictures. If you want to hit him up, jasonchatfieldcomedy@gmail.com.
Okay.
And now Scott works Steve. I'm going to pitch you a different version of Steve's cartoon.
Okay.
Every week until it gets up.
Brilliant. Run it through the dually machine.
Yeah.
And then come back to me each week.
God,
Isn't it?
so much.
I remember sending you jokes to piss you off, and then you'd come back the next week with a real joke because you just couldn't sleep until you'd made it a joke. No. It's cruel, but it's fun. Now I think I've got one more. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, we've got time for one more.
Okay, this is from Jane on Twitter. Thank you, Jane. Hi there. Just listening and loving the latest episode of the podcast. All the Starbucks talk got me wondering if there's something in this. A cartoon with someone ordering a coffee at a trendy coffee shop but feeling embarrassed or getting grief from the baristas that they're only ordering a boring regular coffee with regular milk and sugar rather than something trendier. Actually, maybe there's not.
No, I know, Jane, there is certainly something in that.
She said she's down on herself now. She said, I'm not loving it as much now that I've written it down.
Oh, Jane, I feel we have a lot in common, Jane. But everyone has that feeling.
But hopefully you and Scott might get something from it. Keep up the great work, Jane. P.S. Apologies if this idea comes up later in the podcast. I'm only halfway through listening. She thought we would come up with this on our own.
I do like that idea, and it kind of goes back to the one we pitched of the art world being so exclusive.
Sure, yeah.
I went to, there's a place called 9th Street Espresso.
That's my local espresso shop.
It's very pretentious.
Very.
Generally has a type that goes there.
Does it?
Like you.
Yeah,
People like you. And influencers.
That's great.
Influencers that never got the
I
memo.
honestly go there for the coffee because it just says $3, $6. Like everything's just round numbers.
I went there and I said, I'll just get a latte, thanks. Mm-hmm. And the guy goes, well, what do you want it with? I was like, milk.
Yeah.
And he goes, what, cow's milk?
You square.
By the look on my face.
Yeah.
Knew.
Oh, this is the one at Chelsea Market, isn't it?
No. This is the one.
Okay.
This is the one that's near Tompkins, not the original.
It's actually
9th
on
Street.
10th Street.
It's on 10th.
Yeah, which is false advertising.
Well, yeah.
I know the one. It's a very small, narrow one. So, because there's 3 9th Street espressos. There's one in Chelsea Market.
I know the
there's
Chelsea
one on
Market
9th
one.
and C, and there's one.
They make you feel like such a dick.
do.
Those people.
They do.
Yeah.
I honestly, I just get an espresso, but then they've got extra questions for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I just get an espresso? They're like, well, do you want it in a cup? Do you want it to go? Do you want a little bit of sparkling water alongside? Tell me. Just a just
whatever
give me
you do.
Whatever the thing. I think in the immortal words of Larry David, give me a bullshit kappa frappe, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I think there's something in that. I think we can go back to Jane's
Jane,
idea.
Your idea isn't dead. We could actually come back to this and come up with something. During the week, we do kind of throw these ideas around and come up with something.
I think the caption for the horse thing should be, I totally get it now. Totally needs to be in there.
Totally get it now?
Totally get it now.
What if it's just, I totally get it now?
I totally get it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally has to be there and now. They're the two.
Right.
They're the two linchpins. It's like the totally tells you he's thought about it before.
Yeah.
But has always kind of been on the fence.
Skeptical,
until he's done. But now also infers, I've thought about this a lot.
I totally get it now.
Totally get it now.
I hope Emma Allen totally gets it now. Because when we pitch it to her, I hope it gets a big yes.
And he's got to be standing there like legs locked.
Oh, yeah. Both of them.
Yeah,
both of them are going to be legs locked.
Looking straight.
Right. Yeah. It's going to look ridiculous. I'm looking forward to it. All right, Luke, if that gets up, I will take you to Outback Steakhouse.
Here's the thing. What we'll do, Luke, if it gets up, here's the deal we make. If it gets up, you never have to pay to see us do this live, ever.
Wow,
we're going to do live shows.
What a deal.
That's a good show.
That's a pretty good deal.
Because I can see this becoming...
Are we teasing a live show, Scott?
Prohibitively expensive.
Perfect.
I want nothing but the idle classes watching me perform from now on.
You want the guys with that 10 minutes to flight. We want that as our audience.
That's our audience.
Yeah.
Just rich
Admirable
people.
Carriage.
Yeah, and just people that are like, You know, oh, my dad invented a thing. Or, you know what I mean? Like some
Yeah.
people that have never worked. That's
Lower
the
East
audience I want.
Side
I would love to be
apartment
down
dwellers.
with that crew.
Would you?
No, I would hate them all, but I think it'd just be. Here's the thing. I don't want to be down with them, but I want the right of refusal.
Nice.
That's what I want.
The right of refusal. Scott Dooley, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that's it. This has been a long episode.
It has. Thank you for sticking with us for so long. I know we went long, but we had a lot of suggestions. Be sure to send yours in. Thank you for sending those in. Everyone, we had Scott, Jane, Adam. We are naming names now, so. And the bottle of wine is empty. That means it's the
That's
end of
the
the
sign,
episode.
and we've actually made the switch to white wine, so that means
We
the
have.
weather's changed as well.
We're a couple of yoga mums. All right, well, thank you for listening. That's the show. We'll see you next week. Cheers.